Hello, welcome back to the channel. Wow, it's been October since the last time I spoke to you. So what we're going to do now, the boat's done. I'm not really a vlogger, so well, I don't know, I'll have a go I guess. But here we are. It is now February the 2nd. It's a year to the day since we arrived at the lovely Stenson Marina with Tracy Jane. No longer Tracy Jane now, is she? Nefelibata. We've been doing our first winter and we're just about to enter, yes, the Harecastle Tunnel. Ooh, I've done Bronson Tunnel, I've never done this one, but, well, I'm not going to get lost, am I? Right, I'll tell you what we'll do. We're going to get moored up, we're going to be turning onto the Mac, we're heading north, talk all about that in a bit. We'll go around the boat, we'll see how winter's been on the boat, what have we got to do, what's gone wrong. We'll have a good chat, I'll see you in a bit, hopefully, if I get out the other side. Which room we got down the side? Pretty good really, got about a metre that side and a metre that side. On these wide bits we're alright. Some narrow bits inside though, probably only got 30 centimetres either side, possibly 50 maybe. I think these are air shafts. Last bit of graffiti there. Want to see behind us? Hang on, get the light on the back. Get the camera. Woo! Look at that. That's behind us. It's bright orange water. It's strange, isn't it? Here we are, Bridge 49, the Royal Oak Swing Bridge on the Macclesfield Canal, and for now we are stuck here. Yeah, we come through Bosley Locks, no problem. A couple of days at the top there. And here we are now, we're just trying to get into Macclesfield. And as the wife's operating the bridge, the cars come flying around the corner, underneath the first one as it's coming down, and then it's hit this one. Chucked his brakes on, bent it all out, and the car was actually stuck on the bridge. Barrier on top of his, down on his windscreen, mangled his car. I mean, there's no defence for that, is there? Driving without due care and attention all day long. But yeah, there is an emergency number which we did call because none of the buttons would no longer respond to anything that we did. So I rang them, CRT, they're still here now actually, they've released the car. We're waiting for somebody else to come down and reset the bridge. They were here in about 40 minutes or so. We kind of stayed down here at the boat, just away from the bloke. He wasn't the type for straight away holding his hand up and admitting liability, if you know what I mean. So we didn't have to have too many conversations with him. CRT advised that we probably need to call the police as well because there's been a road traffic accident and the road is obstructed with his car. So we did that. There's two police came pretty quick, 20 minutes or so after ringing. They interviewed the guy. Basically that was it, that's all they can do really, isn't it? It is just up to him and his own insurance company. CRT have got his insurance details, so if they want to make a claim for any damage, that's up to them, isn't it? But for now, we are waiting. We've got another boat on the other side waiting to come this way as well. The guy, he lives in, where is he? Whoa, I don't know if he lives there, but he's coming from Anderton apparently. Where's that? Other side of Warrington. So yeah, it's going to be about an hour in it before he gets here. And if it ends up the bridge is knackered and they need a part, then we're just going to have to moor here for a few days. But didn't expect it to happen, but it's canal life, man. This is what happens, isn't it? Eh? If you end up staying, I'll talk you through where we're at with the boat. But for now, I'm just going to go and have a cup of tea, see what happens. I'll talk to you in a little while. Ta-da. A few weeks later now. It took about 2 hours for the CRT to repair the bridge, get it open so we could get underway. Would you believe it? A couple of days later, got a notification on the email, same bridge, somebody else had did it. So there's obviously some kind of problem there. But it's Canal time, and suppose. So here we are at Bugsworth Basin. Yeah, lovely, isn't it? I thought we could get a little bit of sun today, but it is only March, isn't it? It's Mother's Day today, as I'm recording this. Here's the boat. Winter has been a bit tough. Tough on the boat. It's been fine for us. It's filthy. Easy clean, but I'm not bothered. I've left it. You need to see what it's like, what winter does to a boat when you're actually living on it. So we've got a few issues that we've got to address over the next few months as the weather starts to get better. I'm just reconfiguring my swag fenders at the moment. They don't really seem to be working for us. Hey, look at this, look. You know, it's... yeah, swag fenders are supposed to protect against that. I'm not bothered about the rubbing strip. That's doing its job. That is the first point of contact in it. But you see here, this is polished. It looks like it's been rubbed away, but it's actually beautifully smooth. Another spot there. I'll tell you what's done that. Ooh. We found this, one of them rope fenders, quite expensive, aren't they? Maybe 20, 25 quid, something like that. Anyway, we found it. And we've used this on this is our bedroom. We use this next to the bedroom because it doesn't squeak as much as the pipe kind of fenders, and the abrasion as it's been boat moves and you get a wash and what have you, and it's just rubbed it. That's crap in it. I'm guessing it's full of grit and canal jizz and what have you, and it's acted like a sandpaper, hasn't it? So yeah, I'm going to dispose of that. Quite a few cosmetic bits and bobs. Oh, it'll be very expensive to pack. Look at that. But it looks bad, but it's just cosmetic. I am happy with it. It's not gone through to the steel. It's just gone through there. It's just the black top layer. Another one down here. But considering since we've had it done, we have done over 200 miles. And we've done over 100 locks. So it's had a fair bit of use in the last few months. Yeah, even though we're continuous cruisers and it's winter, we still move every 4 or 5 days. We always like to get somewhere new. Here he is, Mr. Bobber. Yay. You get fed up in winter, aren't you, mate? When it's been raining and windy and you don't want to go outside. You're just lying watching telly all day. But yeah, the weather's turning now. And every minute that you can, you're outside the boat, aren't you, matey? Right, let's have a look at... So let's see how the paint's done. Got quite a few areas to address. Some high wear areas and what have you. My design's stayed on. That vinyl stayed on perfectly. I thought it might have lifted or something, you know, in the rain. But yeah, it's been really good, that. So here is the bracket. Do you remember the bracket that we put on? Just get that white there. Like I say, it's filthy, this boat. So the wind blows this and it's moving. The padlock, it's took the paint completely off, right back to the metal. You can see where the edge there. So that needs wire wheeling out, aqua steeling and paint repainting. And when we have done it, we're going to put a strip of helicopter tape over there to protect it in the future. Helicopter tape, it's like a sellotape. It's clear adhesive tape. It's got this glue in it, and I think the UV light it cures it, and it just makes it harder and harder and harder. The older it is, the harder it gets. You use it on bicycle, on your chainstays and things like that, just to protect the frame with the paintwork. So I'm going to get some helicopter tape. We've got a few areas to do. What else have we got to do here? Look at this. This is fenders, look, fender marks. Both sides at the front and the very back as well on both sides. What seems to be happening is when we moored up, we tie it in, you see it flexing there, look. So as the boat rocks, it's just rubbing the paint away. I think I'd be better off with those. Have you seen those stainless steel with magnets, those hooks that you can get? I think I might have to invest in some of them, but I'm not going to do that now. For now though, a bicycle repair kit, you know, the bicycle puncture repair kit, and it comes with those little rubber patches. I'm thinking of getting one of them and gluing a patch just in that area there where it contacts the boat, so it's going to be rubber touching the boat. Oh, let's get back up there. Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, it's a bugger, isn't it? I think what we're doing is we're mooring up too tight and too close. Once we've realised what the problem was, we've backed off and we're moving, we're mooring a little bit further out. What happened in the early days, God, nearly a year ago now, we was out for the weekend, work party, and we was coming back to the marina. We had one more night out, and we had one little mooring spot just before the marina, and we got there, and somebody had taken it, and we didn't want to go in the marina that night, wanted to stay out another night, so we ended up green banking, and was about 2 foot off the towpath. And Mr. Bob, engine was still running. We've not even staked the boat in or anything like that, but Mr. Bob came up, oh great, I can get off now, and he stepped off the boat, not realising there's a 2 foot gap there. He went in. He couldn't get back out. Engine was running, but it weren't in gear, obviously. But it frightened us to death. We had to drag him out. He was sulking and stinking for a couple of days. So, and we kind of put in our fears onto him now. We're mooring up really tight, so it never happens again. But that's our fault, isn't it? Really, need to make sure that if we are off the bank a little bit, we'll just move more a little bit further out, so we're not rubbing all of the two-back away. We need to make sure he's got his harness on, we've got him on his lead and everything before we even open the curtains on the pram hood. So there is a gap there. He's not going to just jump. We can control him a little bit. We've got this swag fender to reposition as well. That's not really working for us. You can see here, look, we've got a few gouges and dings, and that swag fender is supposed to be protecting us against that. The trouble is, same as the front one, it's the position of the hangers. They're way too far forward, so we're having to extend them all down. I don't like it. So the poles that support the taffrail, we've looped it round one of those now, so it's protecting the back end a little bit better. So we're going to try that for a few months. I mean, these things, you've got to try them and see what works for you. You know, no two boats the same, are they? But when we are down that side, you see the swag fender is increasing the width of the boat a little bit. This side, it's not so bad because it's right on the curve, so it's not really increased it any. But what it means is when we're going in locks, single locks, we're having to pull the swag fenders up. We don't go in a lock with fenders, do we? Don't want to risk getting wedged in, so we're going to do the same with that and configure the chains and the clips and everything a little bit better at the back. That's what I'm doing, well, one of the jobs I've got to do today. Solar, it has been fine. The brackets, we've finally got these sorted. There has been a few issues, well, not issues, but yeah, we've done a little bit of modification on them. You can see here, this orange, it's on all of them, this. When we was putting the brackets back on after we came out of the paint shed, we just whacked them in as quick as we could. We needed to get out. We had a big bag of nuts and bolts, and we've used just ordinary steel washers, and they've rusted and they've bled all the orange oxide out. I mean, all that will clean off, no problem, just with a green scouring pad, a little bit of wire wool. But yeah, we've had to go back and replace all of the washers with proper stainless steel ones, so we don't get that rusting issue again. Also, yeah, little bits here, it's even worse up here. It's on every one of them, these are. Yeah, there, rust there. Now you remember when I first put them on, I said I needed to round off the edges, because when you tip them up, if I lift this side, that side digs in. If I lift that side, this side digs in. So we rounded them off. They lie flat on the roof, and it was still gouging all of the roof. So the next stage, let's put you back on tripod. Sorry. There we go. You're on a slant, but it's a slanting roof, isn't it? So the next stage, we've got some of these, just pennies from Amazon or eBay, I can't remember, but they're just 2mm aluminium discs, and I just glued one down. Well, I stuck it down with Sikaflex just under the end of each one, just to protect a little bit the end of the bracket. Is grinding onto these aluminium, which could be sacrificial rather than the paint of the boat. I still weren't happy with it. Look, you can see what it's done. Every one of them's done that. I can't take credit for this, but I saw another boat with these brackets, and they had what you see here. These are rubber door stops. You know, you just screw to the bottom of a door, stop it bashing your skirting board. Yeah, they work perfectly. They can completely lift all of the metal off the boat, and I've got one in each corner, so I've got 8 of them all together. So what we are going to have to do though, once the weather starts getting better, which is a few weeks away now, the clock's changed, I'm going to clean all this Sikaflex off, get my Dremel wire wheel, just clean all that rust scab, aqua steel, bit of undercoat, more paint, build it back up, give it a chance to go hard, smooth it off, polish it out. But yeah, if you want it right. But yeah, that has worked really, really well. Really happy with them. Now you see this here, little thumb screw, got one this side as well. In fact, I've got one on every single panel. You see this stainless steel Allen cap head bolt here. As default, these brackets, they come with 2 of them, one there on each leg. You don't really need 2 to clamp the brackets in an upright position. You only need 1. If it's really windy, you could nip the second one up, but I found 1 is fine. But it does mean that when you are putting them up, move your back around, when you are putting them up, it means that you've got to have a tool. You've got to have the Allen key, and then you're swapping hands and you're doing it onto the other, and it's not good, especially if you're on the canal side of the gunnel lifting these up. It's all right when you're on the towpath, but if you're on the canal side of the gunnel, you don't want to be falling in winter. We don't want to fall in ever, but yeah, falling in winter, that could be quite serious. That. So what I've done is get these little thumb screws. I think they're M8. 25mm long, stainless steel, so we're not rusted, and I've replaced one of the cap heads to the other side, on each side, and I just leave that second one loose. But what it means is, I'm going to tip the camera and I'll demonstrate what it means. Yep, there we go, you can see me there. Yeah, that's no problem. So it means that if you're on the canal side, you can maintain 3 points of contact. Obviously 2 of my feet, and 1 of my hands has got to be holding on all the time. That's the safest way. So I can loosen that, hold on to that side, loosen that, hold on, tip it up. I've got this little bit of wood here, which is just the right size to elevate them to the maximum. Still holding on with my left hand. I can nip that one up, swap hands, still holding on, and nip that one up, move the stick out down to the other panel. Much safer. So yeah, that's a good modification. If you've got these, definitely consider that. The rubber door stops and the thumb screw. There we go. So yeah, we've got work to do then on the roof with those little dings. I want them repaired. Now then, remember when we got the chimney, brand new chimney, wasn't it, when I refurbed them also. Plates, perfectly happy with that, no problem whatsoever, completely watertight, not a problem. Look at that, that is supposed to be chrome, that was all chrome on it, lovely it were. All the sulphur from the smoke, it's just completely dissolved all the chrome in, it's just brass now. So there is no point in cleaning that or anything anymore, I don't think. I'm just going to leave it as is. It's a chimney at the end of the day, innit? Looked nice when it was brand new, but nah, a bit disappointing it didn't last. Just shows how thin the chrome layer is. It's not even, I don't know if it's an adhesion problem or just because it's so thin or cheap maybe, I don't know, but whatever. Right, I don't like going on the roof under normal circumstances. I just find it a bit dangerous. You never put yourself in danger if you don't have to. I'd rather go on the gunnels. I'm quite a skinny guy, if you like, so yeah, I don't have a problem in a lock. If I need to use a ladder, I'll come down the gunnel rather than go on the roof. But we did have some of the anti-slip tape left over. We had enough to do a strip like this down the side and the other side as well, and on both solar panels. So if I do need to come down, least I'm not going to slip, because there is not much room there. It's all right when the panel's up, but yeah, there ain't much room there, so you don't want to be slipping in. So we've got that anti-slip on there. Right, so they don't like going on the roof. Let us actually go on the roof. Here we go. What's going on here? Look at the state of the long shaft. Both ends. Paint completely gone. What happened? What was it, Christmas? We was in Stone, and New Year we went onto the Canal, which we thought was fabulous. Didn't go down to Frog Hall. I was a little bit wary in case the River Churnet was flood that time of year, so we just went to Leek, and we knew the ice was coming, same as everybody else, so we had plenty of food, water, fuel, dog food, alcohol, and we was locked in for 9 days like everybody else. When the ice eventually freed us, we was moving down to the end of the canal at Leek. Yeah, we was ice free, and we got about 4 miles, was half a mile or so away from Leek Tunnel. Don't know if you know it. It was a bit of a bend there, and it was sheltered by like some forested area, sheltered from the warm winds, which was defrosting the ice. So we came face to face with a section that was about an inch thick of ice, so we just had to smash through there. We couldn't go back, we couldn't go forwards, but we had to smash the ice. What we was finding is, you've got ice at both sides of the boat, you can't steer, so we was using the pole at the front of the boat, smashing the ice at the sides of the boat, just so that we could steer to get round a curve, and that's what's done that. But that is what it's for. It's sacrificial. We've got plenty of paint left. I think I've still got a 2.5 litre tin of the Craftmaster Oxford Blue, so yeah, a few weeks time we get a little bit dry and a little bit more daylight, that'll be repainted along with everything else. Here's the hatch, all that work we did on the hatch. So yeah, it's a little bit cruddy, it's getting ready for cleaning again there. Every couple of months or so it gets a little bit of build up, so we just get some wire wool and we'll take it back, shiny brass, and run it with a little bit of a candle wax just to coat the surface, and it runs like it's on bearings. It really does. It just gets a little bit stiffer when it starts getting cruddy. This bar here is new, we've put that on. Now what this does, it's held on with 1, 2, 3, 4 little bolts there. I bet they've got the addition of 2 extra underneath here. Now this bar is threaded, I've tapped that, and then there's a nut on the inside of it, like a lock nut. What it means is, when it's completely closed, these bolts hit the stop, and we can align the front of the hatch perfectly with the doors, so that the top throw bolt goes straight into its receiver. That works well. Yeah, we kind of got some adjustability on that, which we didn't have before. Dinged it a little bit with tools while I was working on it, so they need doing as well. What else have we got? Oh yes. Ooh, let me get down. Alright, wet room barrier. Now we've got one of these at the bottom of our shower tray, just if the boat was to tip towards the starboard side, we're not getting water pouring into the corridor. But we found is, when you get a lot of rain, when it's absolutely tipping it down, the rainwater runs down towards the bow, the stern, because they sit bow up, and this is the gutter. So the rainwater runs down here, and it gets overwhelmed sometimes, and water comes into this section, and also the rain runs down here, and then of course it continues to run back, and it was running out of here, dripping into the gas box. The gas box getting water in. Couldn't work it out. It was always raining during the night. Get up, have a look in the gas box. 2 inches of water in the bottom. Where the hell has that come from? Everything inside the pram cover perfectly dry, and yeah, I had to stand out in the rain and just watching where it was coming from. So we needed a way to deflect the water, and these are cheap enough. Yes, from the Amazon. I think it's 20 millimetre high. A little bit sick effects, just stick it down, I'm not really bothered really, but it's just, when the rain's coming down here, and it deflects it down, and then when the rain comes down here, it continues to run in, and it will come down, and it diverts it away. We've done that on both sides and it works absolutely bob on, dry as a bone now. But I'm going to use that hanger. I'm going to use a little, this is jute, not nylon, much softer, a little carabiner onto that, and that'll protect the back end of the boat. So I'm going to make one for the other side. Yeah, I made this, followed a YouTube video. It was quite easy really. Once you've got the knot inside your head, it was just intuitive, and yeah, it was done in no time. But yeah, that was pretty good. What else have I done with the ropes as well? I bought a, what do they call them? A Swedish fid. You know, the little tool for threading ropes underneath themselves. And these were, they were just knotted, my mooring ropes, but I've spliced that in. And we've done the ends as well, we've spliced that, we've done the backs, done the centre lines, and I've got a spare centre line and a spare mooring rope as well in my gas box, just in case you ever need a rope. I've done them as well. Yeah, it's pretty easy really. Swedish fid. So I've got enough of this jute to make another one of these. So yeah, one of our daughters is coming over next weekend in the car, and I'm going to get some stuff sent to her house and she can bring it down with her. So I've got to get a 5 litre of the Jotun 87, which is this is what that 2-pack is, and that means that I can do a water line up to the rubbing strip, just put another coat on, cosmetic purposes, and of course protection. The more you get on there, the better it's going to be, isn't it? So yeah, that needs doing. So I'm going to get one of them. They're not cheap, are they? It's about 100 quid, 5 litres. And we're also going to order in a couple of wheelbarrow wheels, and we'll get Lauren to bring them down with her as well, and we can keep the boat a bit further out in future. Ooh. Oh, here we are. Hello.
Hi.
Right, we've gone all the way through to the end. Into the bedroom. Yeah, I've not had any problems at all. I'll just make sure I've got no raindrops on the lensy there. Yeah, as you know, the step is, this bed moves and it reveals the step. Slide across to one side and you can walk down and use the step. It's more of a summer thing really when you want to sit in the front. The water pump's under there. The pump's been trolling us for a few months. Does it randomly, every 3 or 4 weeks, put the tap on, pump just does not respond at all. And you go in there, and I've redone the connections and changed the fuse. I've done all the things. Found it last week. This was the earth onto the back of the switch panel. Here we are, number 3. Yeah, this one here. So we've redone that. That was never done properly, but yeah, you'd think. I mean, it's even if it was stuffed in there, it would make a connection, but just too high resistance, not enough amps getting through. So that's sorted. So we're glad about that. The bed, we've not painted the bed yet. It's still in its undercoat from when we made it. We didn't know if we're going to have to change things, or, but it's had nearly a year now. In fact, it has had a year, and it's absolutely fine. But one thing we have done, God, look at that storage. 4-inch holes, and it allows the mattress to breathe in air circulation. And you've seen how easy I've just pulled that bed up. Quite often, maybe once a week, we'll leave it up for the whole day and just allow air circulation. Don't want a rotten mattress, do we? Yeah, so bedroom's all good. Bathroom, we've had no problems at all. Dumping here in the shower, same as everybody else, but yeah, not a problem at all. There's a living room. It's quite a nice vinyl, isn't it? Yeah, breaks it up a little bit. There's the centre of the boat, if you like, the fireplace. I've let it burn out last night just so we can clean it out properly. But basically, it's been running since about October, and this is my job. Several times a day, ash pan, topping up the coal, moving coal from the back to the front. Oh, it's just a never-ending nightmare. Media centre, we don't have any problems there. This is a Mac Mini, but it doesn't run on a Mac software. This is a PlayStation 2, Dreamcast, Xbox, SNES, Mega Drive. Yes, it runs emulating old school games, and it's also a media player as well. So we've got quite a large collection of movies and series and stuff like that we might be able to watch one day if we're so inclined. Router, yeah, all good there. I'll do another video on that, how I've made it. It actually runs on the 12 volt. The washing machine, yeah, I've not had any problems at all. We've not really had any problems at all, really. This one, because we've got a bin on that one, the hinges were, one of the hinges kept coming loose, and it's the same on this one as well. There's the issue. I'm just going to put my legs out on my tripod. And I've probably tightened it up half a dozen times over the last year, and it just works loose. Well, these are the screws. These are the screws. And they go into a pre-drilled hole. So it kind of cuts its own thread, really. But once you've taken them out and re-put them back in and what have you, the threads, the wooden threads on the inside, and it's only chipboard, they just blow out, and it just can constantly going loose all the time. So we've got a fix for that, which I'm going to show you now. Right, I'm going to remove the door. I'll show you what the fix is. Ooh, come off, you bugger. Yeah, you see how they're blown out. So here's the fix. We've got a box of dowels here, assorted sizes. The biggest ones are 10mm. So I just want 2 of them. And you're going to have to leave the glue to set overnight, so it's not going to be complete until tomorrow, but that's not a problem. It'll just be seconds for you in YouTube land. Right, 10mm drill bit. Be very, very carefully drill them out to 10mm. Got to be careful that the drill bit doesn't snatch and suck it in. It will go through the other side. I don't want that. So yeah. So here we go. You're going to be very, very gently just bore them out to 10mm. This is that expanding Gorilla Glue. You don't want it foams up. It's pretty good stuff, but you don't want to get it on your fingers. And get some glue on the end of one of the dowels. Just pop that in there like that, and get your lump. That one go on there, right. Now that's got to stay like that now. So I'm going to get on with making that rope fender. We'll have a look at it after, but it might be tomorrow morning. But we've got to get them. That glue has probably got to go off, ready for the next stage. So we'll come back and look at that in a bit. Right, the glue's gone off now. Showing on this little camera. Get something to poke it with. That is rock hard now. You see how it's all foamed up? I think it reacts with the moisture in the air. Yeah, so any little gaps, it fills it all in. It's good stuff, that expanding glue. Like I say, you don't want to get it on your fingers. I got a tiny bit yesterday, it's still on there now. But right, so we've got to trim these off now. And what I'm going to use for that, you can use a saw blade, razor saw, something like that. But I'm going to use a multi-tool. Now, these things are the dogs. Every manufacturer does them now, don't they? DeWalt, Milwaukee, B&Q, their own brand, they do them. The blades on them are dirt cheap. You can get big bags of them, and they'll cut anything. You get different blades for different things. I think they even do ceramic tiles. I think you can get little sanding pads for them and everything. Yeah, there's loads on the market now. Put the blade back on. Come on, Paul, get in there. Yeah, right, there we go. Yeah, I mean, you can adjust the blade to suit wherever you're cutting. It still work just the same. They're not a new invention. I believe that there was originally invented in the 60s, an oscillating tool, and the patent on them ran out, I think it was about 2010. When that patent ran out, that's when everybody else jumped on it. But you broke your arm, you broke your leg, and you get that cast on, and you know when they're cutting, you think, oh, the electric saw's going to cut through my arm. No, that's not how they work. They just oscillate. So anything that moves, like your skin, for instance, your skin will just flex. You can get your knee a bit closer up and just cut my thumb off. Yeah, nothing. So that's how they do the casts on them, but anything that doesn't move, that is rigid, it will just mince through them. Yeah, a fantastic bit of kit. If you're doing a lot of work on a narrowboat, highly recommend get one of them and a bag of assorted blades off Amazon or eBay, something like that. Yeah, brilliant. Right. How's that? Yeah, they are the ducks. They really are. I've used this loads on this boat. So I'm just going to swap that. I'm going to put my little sanding pad on. There we go. Got sanding now. Obviously the little Velcro backed pads. Just smooth them off. Yeah, a little noisy, but yeah, that's all right, isn't it? And then we're just going to put a centre dot in the middle of that dowel that we glued in on both of them, like that. And then I'm just going to get a little bradawl, which is just a pointy piece of metal just for making a little dimple in wood to get a screw started. Like that. There we go. That'll do. You can pre-drill them, but I don't want to take any of the wood out. We need that for supporting the hinge, really. So yeah, I'd rather the screw do it. Now, these are the original screws. You remember them that cut their own thread? Yeah, they're all right when they're new, but once you've used them a few times and you've screwed and tightened and loosened them, and yeah, it weakens the wood, and that's get the problem that I've got. So on this, we're going to use just an actual wood screw. Make sure that we get the right size. So I'll use the hinge like that. Let's move you to a little bit there, and I'll put the hinge against, and you can see that screw. It's just gonna fall short of coming out the other side, so that's going to get the maximum penetration off it. So let's put that on. So we'll get that little pimple that I started, and I'm doing this by hand. I don't want to use an electric screwdriver or an impact driver, because if it over tightens, it's going to strip the wood out, and it's going to have the same problem, aren't we? So I don't want that. Got that second screw in there. I'm not going to tighten them up fully, because I'm not sure on the exact position, but the top hinge has not been moved, so once we hang the door on, that will find its own place, and I'll be able to nip them up then. If they got opened too far, sometimes it will blow out all of these, or rip the cup out of there and damage all around there. You see a lot of kitchen cabinets are like that. So this is the way to deal with them. I've not had to do it myself on any of these. I've got these just to show you, because they are so cheap. These are the cupboard repair plates. You get them off Amazon or eBay or anywhere, Screwfix, tool station, stuff like that. Metal plate. You'd remove your hinge and all this would be damaged and fallen off, and then you'd line that up so you've got that metal which reinforces all of the wooden cup, and then you'd screw that in, 4, 6, 7 screws, whatever you want, secure that to the door, and then your hinge will go inside. It's now being supported by the steel, and the holes line up for it, and you just put the original screws back in. The screw holes in the metal are slightly smaller, so that they will thread into them, if you like, and it reinforce the screws as well. So if you've got the actual door hinge that's blown out, that's the way to go with them. You get that, they work out about 80 pence each or something like that. Get them in a bag of 4, 8, whatever, how many ever you need. So yeah, kitchen cabinets at home, and if you've got any blown out hinges, get some of them. Brilliant. Right, I'll put this hinge back on, bring it back in a sec, and we'll rehang the door. There we go. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Right, now I'll nip them up. It should be at the right height, because we've not adjusted that one. Now, I'm not going to tighten massive. I just want to nip them. I don't want to bottom these screws out and strip out the wood, which is easy to do, isn't it? That's how we've got this problem in the first place. Get under there, that's it, there we go. Ooh, right, let's see how we look in there. Oh, look at that, I don't even know how to do any lining up or anything. Yeah, it's bob on that. And that, get your camera here, I'll do what I was doing before, putting some pressure on there now. Remember it's wobbling around now. Solid. Yeah, little bit of that expanding glue. You can use wood glue if you like, I just like that, expanding glue. A little bit of that, some 10mm dowels, or if you've got 8mm, just use 8mm, don't buy them specially, do you? Or 12, some of you've got the 12mm drill bit. But you've seen how to do it, bang them in, drill them out, glue them up, bang them in, leave them overnight for it to go rock hard, and just do what I've done there. Job done. Yeah, let me know what you want to see. And I'll carry on doing it. I say I'm not a vlogger, so I don't know. There's so many channels, isn't there? It's just going to be same, isn't it, really? But I suppose everyone's different and everyone sees something different all the time. So, yeah. Where are we going next? Well, we're heading off tomorrow. We're just going to Marple for a few more days. And then down to Poynton on the Macclesfield for next weekend, ready for the daughter coming, bringing all of the supplies. And after that, we're going to be heading to the Ashton Canal. So that means we're going down the Marple flight and turning left, and we're going Bandit Country, going on the Ashton Canal, into it, the Ashton, over towards the Bridgewater, up towards Wigan, getting on the Leeds Liverpool, and going up over the top, Blackburn, Accrington, that's where daughter lives. And I'm hoping that we're going to continue after that and have a look at the Pennine Ring and come back down. So yeah, we'll see. You can't plan anything on canals, especially after last year. That showed us that, hasn't it? So anyway, from me, Jarlath, and Mr. Bob, we'll say goodbye and we'll see you next time, whenever that's going to be, maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I don't know. So let us know what you want to see. Hands-on, doing stuff videos, cruising videos, local interest, history, whatever. Not bothered. I enjoy making little films and video editing, so I don't mind. Let me know in the comments what you want to see. See you later. Ta-da!